Hey everybody, welcome back to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're always giving a voice to the people, where we spotlight individuals who turn purpose into impact and vision into action. Today, we're honored to have Michael Collins, aka Muffy. He's the founder of the Run from Prostate Cancer Foundation, a movement he launched in Chicago's historic Woodlawn community in 2015. He's driven by the mission to educate African Americans about prostate cancer and help reduce its devastating impact across the nation. Muffy has transformed awareness into action and advocacy into community empowerment. We're so proud of him because under his leadership, the foundation has become a beacon of hope through prostate health seminars, annual 5K walk runs, charity basketball events, youth tournaments, wellness initiatives, and the Sky Blue Music and Cultural Festival celebrating culture, community, and legacy. Inspired by the values passed down from his grandparents, Muffy has dedicated his life to serving others through reading programs, community cleanups, back-to-school drives, coat drives, feeding the homeless, and providing sneakers to underserved youth. He's doing a great thing in the neighborhood. Now they're celebrating the foundation's 10th annual season of impact. Michael Collins, aka Muffy, continues to prove that one person's commitment to service can transform entire communities. So everybody, please welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, Mr. Muffy Collins. All right, everybody, so I've introduced the man, Michael Collins, aka Muffy, and he's doing great things in the neighborhood. Not only the neighborhood, but all over, because you've been traveling. Well, let's start like this. Who is Muffy Collins? Where are you from?
Man, how do I answer that? I'm everything. According to my grandfather, late great, like that was my role model, someone I looked up to in terms of like family, community, just like the every man's man. You know what I mean? She was a chef on 63rd Street. Took care of all of us. We did Washington Park all day, basketball. So I think all of those things, and one with education, that's what defined me. But to answer that question, I am Robert Taylor Holmes. I am Woodlawn. I am the South Side of Madison. I am Texas Southern University, Houston Tillotson University. I am all these elements and those components. Ironic, that's the name of my store, but all those things are me. Just come up in a background where I've seen both sides. You know, family full of the streets, the gangsters, and I had a lot of positive role models too.
Right.
So I got the best of both worlds, where it was balanced, but it was more of the I saw a lot what I can see long term.
Okay.
Like Salon said, saw things I imagined, I believe that.
Yes.
You know.
So before I get into what you do with your foundation, let's come back here. We're sitting in Components. This is your store on the south side of Chicago, and you brought it back to the neighborhood. How important was it for you to start a business, one that helps people in the way of health, into the neighborhood?
It was super important. To me, it was a no-brainer. I put myself last all the time. Like, I'm a heart donor. Those that are close to me, friends, family, like I would do anything for the world. And I just thought it was time for me to open my own space.
Okay.
I've opened over 33 or 34 retail doors around the country, different companies I work for, doing build outs, design, input, feedback. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Since my early 20s, you know what I mean, while I was in college. So I just said, I gotta do this for myself. Some of the brands I did speak with, they wanted me to go to the West Loop, South Loop. Like, why do I have to go there when we need this right here on the south side of Chicago, especially in the Woodlawn community? When my family had businesses in the 70s and the 80s, so it felt good to make sure that I was doing my job to bring it back.
And it's so funny that the business you started deals with health, but we're talking about things that you really see in white neighborhoods. Running shoes, running clothes, all the things that you need to run a marathon. And I think it's so cool that you're doing that here, because now you see the community, you see all of the people of color that run, that stay healthy. And not only that, you've done marathons. Marathons from Chicago to Boston to LA to Tokyo or to Japan.
Well, I didn't get a chance to go this year, but we are going in February. We will be there.
Okay, to Tokyo?
Yep.
You're going to Tokyo. So let me ask you this. Where did your love for running come from? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the only running I did when I played football and basketball, running up and down the court, running on the field. Other than that, I wasn't running no marathons. I wasn't running no track. I wasn't doing none of that.
You know what? My Aunt Geneva, I give her a lot of credit in terms of running, like marathons. But running itself, my grandmother, we have this sports gene in the Collins family. We have a lot of athletes out, so if anyone familiar with the Collins family, you know.
And if they tall like you, I understand it. You can't be tall and not play ball. No, I'm saying.
No, it's and that's my background, basketball. But running, my grandmother, she taught track and field in the area, in the neighborhood in Woodlawn. And her name is out there as well too. Unfortunately, she didn't get a chance to, you know, grow in that. She got pregnant with my father at an early age, so her dreams was clipped, but kind of passed down, like it skips a generation.
Yes.
My daughter now runs track at the University of Texas.
Oh, okay.
So you see how things work out, but I did run some cross country early on, and then of course for basketball you got to run.
Yes.
Like it's non-negotiable.
Yep.
That, but in terms of like long distance, my aunt has always encouraged us about long distance, proper training. I think she has like 15 marathons under her belt.
Wow.
You know, I'm at 5 now. I have 3 on schedule for this year. So, and it's not, everyone has different race, and I'm not here to force that on anyone, but if I was able to do it, growing up asthmatic, torn meniscus twice.
Oh, wow.
So I overcome that, you know what I mean? So when it comes to excuses like people getting 1 mile or 2 mile, like you can do it. You know what I mean? Like you did the Shamrock this year.
Thanks to you, I have a marathon under my belt. Marathon, 5K, yes.
Right, but you
no,
can
actually,
get
was
that.
it a 5K I did? No, it was more.
You did the Shamrock. You did the Shamrock Shuffle.
But I did 5 miles.
Yeah.
I did an 8K. That's an 8K, right? Okay, I did an 8K, everybody. So me and my partner get out there, and I'm telling you, we're out there because I was supposed to run with Muffy, but I knew I wasn't gonna keep up with you, bro. I wasn't gonna play myself like that. So I saw you, and I told you I'll see you at the finish line. But it was funny because I planned on just doing the 2 miles, you know, because I just we'll talk about it. I came back from my procedure, and we're running, walking, and after so long, I'm like, man, even in my current state, I know it don't take me this long to do a mile, right? And by the time I looked up, we were on 4.5 miles. So I ended up finishing it, and it made me feel good to do it and be a part of that. But I thank you because you encouraged me. Because I was like, man, I'm not doing it. What was I, 2 months removed from major surgery? I'm like, I'm not doing that. But I did it, and I changed my mindset. So thank you for that. And when it comes to your store, it is not surprising to me that you have shoes and things like that, because one of the things that you do, and I got to see you doing this, I saw you going to Leaders and all these different places, picking up shoes that you give out to kids and people in need, So what is that like for you to be able to fill that void and fill a need?
Yeah, that actually, I've been doing that since high school. To be honest with you, like it was kids less fortunate. I was, how can you say it? I had uncles that was in the streets, and of course I had all the shoes.
Yeah, of course.
I had all my superiors in the neighborhood that would buy us shoes, so I didn't have the issues that maybe some of the other children would have. And it's like, I would have shoes, I would wear them 1 or 2 times, and I would give them away.
Yeah.
And then when we was on the Nike and Adidas circuit playing high school basketball, we would get shoes and things like that. So me giving, that's been a thing since high school.
Yes.
And it just stayed with me, and I always have a heart. Like, I might see some kids down the street that might not have anything, and I'm gonna make sure they, have a pair of shoes where I can make a phone call to a friend and may have their size or whatever the case it is like that. So that's always a part of my heart. Cause we could talk about it on and on. When kids don't have anything, they go to the streets.
Yes.
This is where violence comes in. So this is what takes place. So whatever I can do to prevent something from happening, I'm gonna do it.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people, and I'm sitting here with Michael Muffy Collins, and this is what it's about. It's about talking to the people that's got the boots on the ground, that's doing the work, and that has a heart for the community and a heart for the people. And that's what you have, and that's what, one thing that drew me to you, when we met, it was so funny. I was doing a TED Talk, and you dressed for me for my TED Talk, and it was crazy because I won't say the brand, but it was nice, and it was sporty, and it was comfortable. I was able to wear my Jordan 3s with my suit, but just seeing how willing you were to help a brother get to the next level and do the things that he needs to do, that's one of the things that people need to see about people like you. So, guys, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. We're going to take a quick break, and I want you to see what the store looks like, and we'll be back to have more conversation with Muffy Collins right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. We'll be back in a minute.
And you need peace of mind. Peace of mind. Peace of mind. It's yours. Peace of mind. All you have to do is take control. Be symbolic, simply your best, because being deeply rooted stimulates growth. All you have to do is believe. Believe in yourself.
All right, everybody, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that quick break, just to show you what components look like, what you'll see when you come in, and you can come and get what you need to run and just be healthy. And you ladies, I know you like to look cute in your running gear. Fellas, I know you want to take tops. Just come on in, get the good shoes, and you got it. One thing I am excited about, I'm sitting here and I see all of these books on the table. And as I see these books, I see like mental toughness for athletes. I see Me and You. I see Marathon. And I see this book. Who is this guy? This book. Who is that? My book is in this component store. But one thing I want to say, Muffy, as we get into, now I want to talk to you about what you do with the Run from Prostate Cancer. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't know, and now they will know, that I was an advocate for Run for Prostate Cancer. I remember coming to the screenings and supporting the screenings. Mm-hmm. I met Dr. Murphy, and this was what, a few years ago, about 4 years ago. And fast forward, I go get a checkup, and my levels are high. I get all these tests done, and I get diagnosed with prostate cancer. At first, it tore me down. I didn't know, and I had to catch myself. And I told my partner, I said, wait, I have a community. Mm-hmm. And then remember I called you, and I'm like, man, Muffy, you ain't gonna believe this, you know. And then the first thing you said to me was, we gonna get through this. We gonna get through this. So I knew then I had more support. How's it, and you've never dealt with that, but you are helping so many people. Mm-hmm. What made you go into helping people raise awareness about prostate cancer and dealing with prostate cancer?
Honestly, I was scared. I was in my late 20s, and at the time, it was maybe like 10 or 11 guys that I knew. And it was like friends, fathers, uncles, family members of mine, were all complaining about the same exact issue. Mm-hmm. Back pain, urinating blood, just shortness of breath, and can't sleep at night, frequency in urination. And I'm like, that's prostate. You know what I mean? And it just clicked to me. But my mom was in the medical field too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I've learned a lot just from conversations about what she see on her end. And she did speak about prostate cancer in the Black community when I was younger, because that was always a topic. And I was like, I have to do something about this because everyone is in their early 40s, early 50s, and like, I'm thinking like fast forward 10 or 12 years, that could be me.
Right.
What can I do to prevent this from happening? So one of my close friends, his father is a prostate cancer survivor.
Okay.
And so we had a one-on-one talk, and he told me some stuff that I didn't want to hear.
Okay.
You know what I mean? How racist the medical institutions are, what he was dealing with.
Yes.
And if he didn't have any money, he would have been pretty much left out. And I was like, okay, I need to get insurance companies involved to see like how can they come to the table. Because in our neighborhoods, especially Woodlawn Town was second poorest community in Chicago.
Yes.
And it's still ranked in the top 3 to 4. Well, I don't know what the charts are now, but as of last year, it was still there.
Yes.
So I thought about that, and that's why I started the foundation, 63rd and Vernon.
Okay.
In the back of my uncle's restaurant, Ace's Soul Food. And we were just back there talking, planning in the back of the restaurant 2 or 3 times a week. And I'm like, I got to do something that can get men involved. What do we all like to do? Play basketball.
Yeah.
We like to go walk, run, and do all the things, but I have to do something so special. I need to get some doctors out to meet us halfway. And so that's why I wanted to create the prostate health seminar. So I love All-Star Weekend. It's one of my favorite things to do, go to. So I said, let's set it up in that way where we can grab everyone. Maybe you can't be there one day, maybe the next day.
Yes.
And so the basketball game, we had guys coming out. Next day, and this is the first year. You know, next day was a prostate health seminar, and that Sunday morning we had the 5K walk run. Now we were asking different, partners in the communities and different restaurants, everything to get involved, and there was a lot of resistance.
Yes.
Some people didn't value run as like they value it now. This is 2017.
Right.
And so we were just knocking the doors down. I was going to University of Chicago so often just to get some help. Like, please help us. You know what I mean? Like, our brother's dying from this disease. Northwest University, I heard a bunch of no's. I mean, I was up all night. And I'm a competitor when it comes to I'm gonna fight.
Yes.
I'm gonna advocate for
You're gonna find a yes. I'm gonna find
it.
a yes.
And so it was those days. And then getting those emails too, where it was like, hey, we can come out, we can support, we can do those things. So fast forward, we met the Dr. Murphys, who was one of the best urologists in the country.
My urologist.
Yeah, he's amazing. Gina Curry from University of Chicago. When University of Chicago shut the doors on a lot of organizations, she made the phone calls, and she called and said, hey, I want to repair what's been damaged. So people like that, I would never take for granted. They've been there. They saw the process. Some people ask why we don't post more on social media.
Right.
I don't want to do that because it's my pain, because my pain is, your pain is my pain, and we all go through this.
You don't want to make a spectacle of it.
This,
you want to make it something that's real, something tangible, and it really means something. So I get that.
Yep, and it's also, you got HIPAA laws, violations, like privacy.
Yes,
you know what I mean? You don't know what that family is going through.
Right.
And so even from the support side of it, we do find ways to support families on dealing with this as well too. I lost my grandmother to colon cancer.
Okay.
We were all young and we couldn't figure it out, so grieving at an early age and not knowing the right questions.
Right.
Now we know the questions to ask the family and everything like that.
Yes. That experience is key. Yeah. And just watching what you're doing, the foundation, this is the 10th year, you doing that whole weekend, And no, it's almost like a whole week.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks now.
It's
It's 2
you know,
weeks, yeah.
and this year I'm glad that we're going to be a part of it, and I've been able to go witness it. But being a part of it this year, I'm excited about that. But just getting back into the neighborhood and raising awareness. Men always think when it comes to checking a prostate, the first thing they think about is, oh, that finger going up my butt. You know, it's so different now, guys. They have the blood test, they do your blood, and then they check your PSA levels, and then you go through the process. But it's a necessary thing. I'm telling you, I know so many brothers now that I've helped get tested or checked out, screened, and I know so many that are scared to do it as well. And I have to let them know, no, it's not just about what you think. I said there are different ways now, so we have to raise awareness. So what you're doing is super cool. Well, let everybody know what's the dates of the event this year?
Yes, so it's so the 10th annual events are 2 weeks, and that starts August 30th. Well, I'm sorry, August 28th. The events kick off. We have some programming, of course, the Prostate Health Seminar, which is very important, fellas. Be there. Super important. You know, it's you learn a lot of education, questions that you might want to ask privately. You have doctors that will answer them for you, or where you may not, you know, you don't want to feel embarrassed or whatever. It's the first time for those questions, so it's okay, and don't be afraid to ask questions. We got the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, prostate cancer survivor, Charlie Wilson, prostate cancer survivor. I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot of notable figures, and that's a lot of people that we know that kind of like hid behind the scenes and kind of scared to speak out. Like, no, we're brothers. We all have to protect each other, and that right. But we have the high school basketball tournament as well. We have some more programming in terms of like the screening. So, you know, we do screenings every other month. We have worked with Black Tears Foundation as well too. Well, our brother Montreal, he's actually stage 4 prostate cancer.
Oh, wow.
Right now he's fighting, and he's advocating for a lot of screenings. So he's actually someone I look up to as well, because he can go hide if he wanted to. You know what I mean? And kind of like soak in what he's going through. He's like, no, I'm gonna hit the streets. I'm gonna be out here helping brothers get screened. So that shows you our determination. Where you have someone that created a foundation, someone that has survived, and someone that's fighting. So you have 3 individuals that care for everybody. Let's think about that. That's how important this is. So that, and then of course we want people to come out, you know, to experience it. You could bring your families, especially bring the high school boys. So they can learn about this. You ask boys in general, like, what is a prostate? They don't know. You ask them, what is breast? They all put their hands in there, you know, they know.
They're young and they don't have those issues, so they're not worried about it. But they need to understand and know what's going on. So we appreciate what you're doing, all the work that you're doing in the community, not only in the communities, but throughout the whole city. You know, you bring people from all sides and you bring them together. And thank you to you and your team. And I'm glad to be a part of that team now. And you've helped me tremendously through my journey. And I've had a great support system, so I'm thankful for that. So everybody, if you're watching this, make sure you get screened. We will give you the information. You can inbox me, email me at Simeon@SimeonHenderson.com, because you need to know. Knowledge is power. I'm telling you right now, the man has a wealth of knowledge. He has a great team, and you can get the help you need. So, man, Muffy, I'm super excited, man, about this year, everything that you're doing. I'm so glad you finally opened the store. You got some of the shoes I want in here. Look at these running shoes, guys. Look at these. They're aerodynamic. Is that the right word to say? And these I already had, the UFUs. Now I got these. You know I got these? You know I coach basketball.
Right, you gotta have
And I love Don Staley. Don Staley is, what you call it? She wears.
Yeah, she wears a brand.
Yeah, she wears
for recovery.
And I got him because of her and some of the best slides I've ever worn. So so man, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me and just talk to everybody and let them know what you're doing, because you know we interview celebrities and people of interest and everything, but you're a celebrity in the neighborhood. You're a person of interest. Now you are. Everybody knows Muffy. And then, I got one last question. I have that. Who gave you the nickname Muffy? You know, black people, we got some nicknames. I want to know who gave you the nickname Muffy.
You gotta ask my grandmother. That's been my nickname since birth.
Yeah, there it is.
So that.
Hey, I got some friends. I got cousins. I don't even know their real first name.
Yeah, that's when I remember I was a kid. I was writing on the paper. I was writing Muffy on there, and the lady was like, "Excuse me."
What's
Like, Muffy.
what?
I have Michael Collins. I'm like, well, they don't call me that at home. You know what I mean?
But no, that real true story. You know, I've been in education for years.
Mm-hmm.
Never forget, I'm a young man teaching, and I'm working in a kindergarten. I asked the little boy, I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Lil Dookie." I said, No. What's your name? He said, "My name Lil Dookie." I said, "No, what's your name?" He's like, "My name Lil Duke." That they called him that. And he's only, 5 years, going on 5 years old. So he thought that was his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
And I found out his real name. So it was Pernell. I think that's why he still a little bit. But black people, we got some really good
we got
nicknames.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. I had a nickname, they called me, one of my good friend LA who passed, he used to call me Woody. Now, my mom and them called me Simi, you know, they call me Simbo, and then he used to call me Woody. And I'm like, what the heck, where you get Woody from? Because our porch. He said, well, your porch made of wood, so I'm gonna call you Woody. I was like, what? Where did you get that from? But no.
Putting anything together.
Yes. But thank you, man. So do you have anything coming up with the store? Any events, any special openings or anything like that? Do you have anything else coming up with components?
Yeah, we have a lot of events on the calendar. It's a lot, which I'm appreciative of. We have Global Running Day, June 3rd, which is huge for the running community. But we have the walking component too. So we do both, because we know everyone can run. So we have that. And Q, he owns a Chicago Cafe 7323. It's a food container.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful, right here on 66 in Woodline, beautiful spot. So that's where we go for our post. Run, fuel up, celebrate, extremely healthy. It's amazing. It's at the park. So it gives you the original Chicago feeling. You know what I mean? That, and we have Juneteenth.
Yes.
Juneteenth walk and run. We leave here at 6:19.
On the 19th?
On the 19th.
Yes, on the 19th.
On the Friday, actually the Juneteenth day. And we're gonna hit different points of the community that was actually hosting Juneteenth events.
Okay, I'll put that out. That's in the evening, 6:19 in the night?
Yep.
Okay, we might have to make that.
Yep, so we want to make sure we're supporting everyone in the area. And then we have Father's Day, can't forget that.
Yes.
You know, so we're doing that with Saucony, however you want to pronounce it. But that's Father's Day Sunday morning, so we're gonna do like footwear trial, be some raffles, giveaways.
I'm gonna come to that.
You wanna be there?
'Cause I might get lucky and get some shoes. Hey. No, but it's Father's Day. I'm coming to that.
Yeah, we gotta celebrate the fellas. You know what I mean?
Because you know how it is. For Mother's Day, man, you have to plan weeks in advance. On Father's Day, you can get reservations the day of.
Oh, yeah.
1 hour before. That's crazy.
We had a beautiful Mother's Day event here. Super beautiful. My daughter, she turns 10 next week, but she led the Mother's Day event.
That's cool.
Cause we lost her mother last year.
Yeah, I know.
On my birthday,
I remember.
breast cancer.
I remember.
So for her to be strong, and like she talks about the events, and she behind the scenes in terms of planning and what she want to see. And I always say this: listen to the youth.
Yes.
The younger generation are powerful. Just like we were the young generation, it's their turn. Let's support them. I know there's a lot of talk about the teen takeovers, but let's look at how they're coming together. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's some good, yeah, some bad, but they're coming together.
So we need to teach them
right
what to do when they come
together. Right.
And that's the thing that gets me about it. They're doing these teen takeovers, but they're buck wild and people are getting hurt. So Now, if we can change that into something positive,
Add something.
let's have a mission, let's have a goal, let's have, let's do something worthy of helping the community, then that's what makes a
Give 'em
difference.
something they like. We know they love video games. How many of us, and I don't play video games, so I don't know, that's never been my thing, but we know guys that have video gaming trucks, right? We know some people that can pull up a TV.
Yes.
So that alone can get the boys, rather. And what about with the hands? Like some artists coming out.
Yes.
Some music, just little things that can get the attention, and they're not gonna say no. They're gonna like, oh, okay,
they're gonna do
this.
it. Yeah, they'll do
it.
it. But they want it, but it's not available. Let me ask you this last question before we go, because we could talk all day. What do you think about them saying that they're going to make the parents responsible when the kids do the teen takeover and cause trouble, that they're going to get the parents and make them responsible? What do you think about that?
As a parent, I don't like it, but I can see the other side of it, right? I can see like the control effect where it could help maybe stop.
No, it can't. I'm with it.
You know what I mean?
I'm with it.
Stop it.
I'm with it.
But also, let's be realistic about this in a nutshell. They started, we can't discipline children.
Yep.
You can't say anything to children.
Yeah.
You can't work children. I remember.
Now it's backfiring on them.
Yeah, I still think about, that's what when I got in '93. I didn't do the same thing again.
Exactly.
I was done, right?
Yep.
And
But
so
now that's an abuse.
So it's abuse now, right? So you take all these elements out. What you can't do is like you got to raise your child with, hey, stop.
Yeah. But now they saying whoop they.
Yeah, right.
No, but for real. But that they made it like that in the schools, and they made it where kids don't even fail in school anymore.
Yeah.
You can't give them less than a D. Now they've done nothing all year long, and they goofed off, and then you still. But and when I'm thinking, the reason I'm saying this is because when I taught, the kids knew at the beginning of the year everyone has an A, right? What you do determines if you keep that A.
Right.
If you do all your homework, don't get in trouble and everything, you can still at least get a B or C in the class.
Yeah. But we lost a lot of educators that cared about the kids.
That's it.
We lost that. We lost a lot of community individuals in the neighborhood too. Like, I know I might receive some flack for this, but some of the gang organizations, what they call it, which I don't like the term gang, but our street clubs, that's what I prefer. It was a difference when I was coming up.
It was.
They made sure we went to school.
Yep.
They made sure we had basketball to play with.
Yep.
They made sure we had something to eat, drink. Stay on that basketball court or stay over there. Do not come over here.
Don't come over here. Yes.
That was non-negotiable. And a lot of us, we went this way.
Yeah.
Of course, it was some that drifted.
Yeah.
But you think about that.
Yeah.
That was from the street. And then you had the teachers that actually cared,
Yes.
where they'd take the shirt off their back for you.
Yeah.
They make sure you get your hair cut or hair braided, whatever things is, to make you feel good.
Yes.
And to succeed. And it was more, back then, it was more of the push. Okay, let's go to school. Let's go to college.
Yeah.
Let's see if you might not like it, but give yourself a chance.
Yes.
Now it's just like social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's one of those things where I believe that if more of the younger generation have conversations with our generation, we have conversations with the generation, I think if you put 4 to 5, because we can put 4 or 5 generations in one room and talk about what respect means, what voting means, what education means, and what our economic system means to us.
Yes.
We can come to a common ground. Of course, everyone might not see the same vision, but at least we need to start that.
Right.
And I think it's just too much. It's F the kids and F them and this and the third. It's like, no. Let's get back to the roots of like, I got this. This is my baby too.
Right.
I'm gonna walk you down. We have a beautiful principal right here at Woodlawn Community School.
Right.
And the way we communicate all with each other, you could tell we from the same fabric.
Right.
But we can't say it about other schools.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean? So I think getting back to the roots of that That's the way to go.
In order to change the narrative, you have to start the conversation.
You gotta start.
So thank you. That's why what you do is so important. We thank you right here on the Simeon Henderson Show for giving us your time. And you know, I always say be symbolic, which means simply your best. And I have something for you, right? Because you always being your best. So I have something for you. Because I know you. I know Muffy loves jogging suits, guys. So I got a Be Symbolic jogging suit for you.
It.
And you see it has a tree on it, which means being deeply rooted stimulates growth. And this is stitched, so you ain't got to worry about it coming off when you watch it. But I just want to give you something to show you how much I appreciate you and what you do for the community, the neighborhoods. And you guys need to come check out Components on the south side of Chicago and Bronzeville on 67th Street. Woodlawn. On Woodlawn and on 67th Street. That's 13 what?
1322 East 67th Street.
East 67th Street.
Woodlawn, USA.
Woodlawn, USA. Come out and make sure you continue to support Run from Prostate Cancer. Get screened. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us. You can email us, and we'll get you all the information and knowledge you need. We're the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. Thank you for your time. And remember, be symbolic. Simply your best.
Thank you.